Hello, I am Callie for Callie's Collectibles. Today I'm doing something special. I am kicking off what I am calling Predator Month. For the next month, all of my videos are going to be Predator related. Hey! So I'm going to be taking a look at figures, comic books and films in this category. Today I'm going to start things off with one of my personal favourite figures from Neca Toys, and that is their ultimate Predator Concrete Jungle Scarface. Now, the figure is here, the accessories are here. First I want to show off this amazing box. And I'm going to tell you why it is so amazing. Flip it around to the back. And then take a quick look at the inside. Now, what's really cool about this box is it recreates this box. This is the original game on the PlayStation 2. There's the back. And as you can see, Neca have done a fantastic job of... Let me get my hand off the picture. There we go. They've done an absolutely fantastic job of recreating the video game artwork on the box, which I think is just amazing. I mean, okay, where you've got screenshots from the game, you've got screenshots of the figure, but it's still a very nice little inclusion. Anyway, on to the figure himself. He is known as Scarface. If you've played the video games, basically it's set in partly in the 1930s and then again in the 2030s. Basically, you're this predator who was disgraced. His technology was captured by humans and it turned the city into what it is 100 years later on in the story. And basically, you play the majority of the game in 2030, and it's all about Scarface trying to regain his honour, because that's what Predators are all about, is honour. So, I'll take a quick look at the figure, and then I'll take a look at the accessories, because one of the accessories kind of gives a little bit away. So, first, here is the figure himself, and as you can see, phenomenal paint job, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal sculpt on every little detail. I mean, these parts here that are meant to look like, this part up here that's meant to look like chainmail, it actually looks like chainmail. And the skull up on the shoulder pad, he has got one of his accessories already in, because I've got it into his hand. For the life of me, I cannot get it out of his hand, so just bear that in mind if you pick this figure up. Once this is in place, he's stuck with it. So he does have a little opening wrist computer section. There you go, there's that. There you go. But yeah, and I love the toe claws on the boots. It's absolutely stunning. This guy kind of gives me a medieval vibe, which I know it's really weird. The game, you know, takes place in the 1930s and then again in the 2030s, and yet I look at this guy and it just screams to me like medieval Predator, like medieval Viking kind of esque Predator. So, I mean, I suppose you could get one, redeco it to be that, but I personally just love it as the reference from the video game, because I was a big fan of the video game when I was younger. So that's the figure. Now, he comes with two of the same accessories. I'll add these to him as I'm going along. And he comes with these two wrist blades. They're both identical to each other. They're exactly the same. No differences really. Paint's a bit different on one compared to the other, but on the whole, pretty much the same. These go in these two little slots right in there. And what you do with these is you get one, you line it up, you press it in, do the same on the other side, and there you go. There's his wrist blades attached. Now, next accessory is the backpack, and wouldn't be a Predator without his shoulder cannon, although granted this guy's is a little on the floppy side. I think you might need a special pill for that. Maybe you can go and see his GP, I don't know, but but there you go, that's that. I mean, the sculpt's pretty damn good on it. It does articulate, as you can see. It's got all these many joints and hinges in here, but they don't really work that well. It does also rotate. I tend to just leave it sort of in that configuration, so it just makes it all more compressed. Anyway, this goes on the back of the figure. You've got a notch right here and a notch just further up. This little necklace thing with all the skulls and bones and stuff on it, you kind of have to pull it out of the way to get the backpack on, because you have to plug the bottom one in first and then kind of position his dreadlocks out of the way. Oh, damn it. See, it's easier said than done. There we go. And that's shoulder back, the backpack attached. Next he comes with an alternate hand. Well done, nicely painted, can't complain. It's an extra hand for more sort of dynamic posing. He only comes with the one, so the last thing that he comes with, well, weapon that he comes with, is this very well done spear gun, and it is accurate to the video game model. I don't think it's going to show up on camera, but there is actually printed writing on the little display. You see that? I don't know if that's going to pick up, but it's there. You can hold that in this hand, but it's a bit of a loose grip, so I tend not to display him with this. And the final thing that this guy comes with is his unmasked head. Now, I think Neca, overall, their Predator figures, they've really knocked the ball out of the park with just how detailed their Predator head sculpts are. I mean, I recently took a look at the Alpha Predator, which is one of their more recent ones, and oh my god, they have upped their game. This obviously is a completely different representation of a Predator. It's from a video game, but just the detail on this head alone, the fact that it's missing an eye is just, I mean, look, you can see how good that is. And I mean, the dreadlocks are a soft plastic, so they do kind of flex and move out of the way. It's dead easy to swap the heads over. It's just on a ball joint. You just pull, push the new one back on, and boom, there, carry on. Articulation on the figure. This guy, like a lot of Predators that Neca have put out, and this is where I do kind of have to go a little bit negative Nancy on this guy, is as much as I love the figure, the articulation does suffer purely due to the sculpt of the figure itself. All the extra armour pieces and everything. Although, like, pieces like this do move to get out of the way, if they're held in one place too long and then you move the arm back down, that's going to stay up. So you need to be really careful of that. On this side, it doesn't go up at all because of the way it's all sculpted around here with the skulls and the spikes that are all tucked under his dreads. So, on this side, you can get the arm do I do this with that thing in the way? Get the arm. To about there. See, not very far at all. Bring the arm forward. That, like I said, that shoulder pad does move out of the way, so you can get it that far forward. You do kind of have to come out to the side and back, otherwise you're going to knock the backpack off. So you have to be careful of that. On this side, arm goes there. That's as far as you're going. Back down, forward, about there, backward, about the same, to be honest. You do get an upper bicep swivel. You do get double jointed elbows. You get rotation at the wrist gauntlets, same both sides. And the hands are on ball joints, so you get a nice little bit of range there. He does have an upper torso cut, but given all the armor and the bulk, you don't really get much use out of it, to be honest. It's about that, and that's it. Same with this piece here. You get rotation, you get tiniest amount of forward, tiniest amount of back. That's it. Legs, again, the armor does hinder things slightly. You can go, get this bloody thing out of the way, will you? Right. Problem with a guy with a big weapon, he never knows how to use it, does he, ladies? No. Right. Legs can go that far forward. Not back at all. Out to the side. That, if you want to count that, you get upper thigh rotation, but it's very snug. You get double jointed knees, and you get rotation above this knee here at this joint. So it goes out to the side, and that's it. The feet are on ball joints, so you get that kind of range of motion, and that is it for this figure. Now, as I've said, I love this figure. It's one of my personal favourites, purely because it was one of my favourite video games, and excuse me, I just need a drink. And I just really like the design of the Predator overall, personally. So, but yeah, for posing on your shelf, it's not such a good figure. It's great to look at. Maybe one of those ones that, although the articulation is there, maybe just buy it and keep it in the box. I am an out-of-box collector. I get everything out of box. It's just, for me, toys are there to be played with. So I get everything out of box. But, yeah. So, final thoughts on this guy. I'd say it's definitely a recommended pickup if you're a Predator fan, like myself. I am a massive Predator fangirl, seriously. If you're a fan of the original game, definitely a recommended pickup. If you're just a casual fan, I'd say stick to the more well-known Predators, like the Jungle Hunter, the City Hunter, from the first two films, the ones from the newer films, maybe. This guy's definitely, you know, it's got to hit the right nostalgic notes for you to want to buy this guy. So, but yeah, I'd give him, I'd say an 8 out of 10. Paint, sculpt, accessories, everything's great. It's just the articulation that's lacking, in my opinion. But as we shall see with Predators and articulations throughout the rest of this month, it's very hit and miss. It's very hit and miss. But thank you all for watching. I've been Callie for Callie's Collectibles. And remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you on the next video. Mwah. Bye.